radio, shout it.
Now, I'm going to go back to some Oomp Camp stuff, though, Jelly, because what I always loved about the Oomp Camp, you, Baby D, Lil C, you know, Oomp, everybody, was that y'all was some real folks and y'all was really in them trenches with it. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, I remember you at Greenbrier Flea Market DJing in the front of that motherfucker. And I come in there with my damn mixtape just like everybody else, like, hey, Jelly, will you listen to me? Because I need to be down with the damn Oomp Camp. And I didn't get a deal, but I got respect, and that was good enough for me.
But you see, well, you got to understand during that time, especially in the mid and late 90s, you know, we were just starting as a label. Like, we did the mixtape game 90 to 90, you know, on, but we didn't start the label until spring 95. So we were brand new to it. Between 95 and 2000, we still brand new. So it was a lot of people like N.D.I. Reeves coming off with the guitar and with the acoustic guitar and Pastor Truck. We couldn't sign nobody because we was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So how the hell we couldn't disrespect, you know, that was one thing I respect about Big Boy and just our whole move. We just couldn't just tell everybody to come on because we was trying to just figure it out.
Exactly.
We was dealing with retail stores. We had, you know, we started with from this mixtape. We started with retail stores all around Atlanta. We had wholesalers all around Atlanta.
My God.
And in Georgia, New York, everywhere. So we was doing the retail end. Then we had the mix DJ thing on the radio.
Yeah.
You know, then we was dealing with that, getting the politics right with that. So we was involved with a lot of things. Not only then the label came in '95, like I said. Yeah. So we was dealing with all that in one. So we couldn't just sign a gazillion niggas on that shit because that would have been fucking them up. They would have been like, you know, fuck y'all, I'm gonna go somewhere. So we didn't do that. But we respect everybody and we broke everybody's music at the same time as we did ours.
At what point did you get on the radio though, Jelly?
I was on the radio early 93 the first time with Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan Cameron. So we did mixes like from 9 to 10 and then I would do like late mixes on Saturday nights. They was like, well, man, I need you to just come on in and do what you do in the streets. Then I went on tour with Goodie Mob. I was Goodie Mob first road DJ, 95, 96. So I got 96. So I got on the road with them, and then Hot came about. And then they was like, okay, the program was like, say, I need you up here, Jelly. Do what you do in the street. I need you up this way. Let's go. So then I got down with Hot and started rocking with Hot.
I recall.
Doing my thing.
I recall. And now, with the Goodie, I mean, talk to me about being with the Goodie Mob at that time, because obviously you the first DJ, and we talking about that soul food era, which is another classical moment in Atlanta and Southern and hip hop culture history.
Man, we gonna back it up. Even with the whole Outkast scene, when I was at V in 93, 94, I was playing their music.
What?
Outkast, because nobody was fucking with it. It was strictly about West Coast, New York at that time. They was like, I got on that motherfucker and started playing goddamn Players Ball and all that. Ooh. Which again, and people know a lot of my history about this. When I first heard Players Ball, I didn't feel it.
You didn't understand it at first?
No, I didn't say I didn't understand it. I just didn't feel it. I thought this some bullshit because it was on LaFace Christmas tape.
CD,
So I'm like, man, come on. But then I was at Club Nicky's and they had the video screen going. Then I saw Dre with the braids on. It's beginning. I was just like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oops, I'm tripping. I said, let me sit my ass down. My bad. I got right on that motherfucking radio.
Yeah.
Just going off with it. And then, I mean, and shouts out to the whole Dungeon fan, Rico and everybody, Pat, I mean, everybody, man.
Yes,
Ray Murray, everybody. But, you know, the good thing was, and it was funny because they came to me during that time, we started jumping off with our tapes. Yeah. And they was like, man, we need you to go on road with us. I was like, I couldn't because, you know, me and the Salt, we had all that stuff going on. We was about to start the big Oomp label, so it was a lot. Oh, my God. So, again, you know, I wasn't going to just be like, yeah, man, I wasn't kicking that shit like that. So then, fast forward from that a couple of more years, the Goodie Mob situation happened. Shouts out to Darren Davis, one of the top promoters with Talib, all of them doing their thing. They ended up connecting us with the Goodie Mob. So then the Goodie, I started getting on the road with them. They started coming over to 1079 MLK, which is our big Oomp office, but I lived on the bottom part of it. They would come over there and practice. And it was crazy. And I would go back over to the dungeon and listen to the music, which was crazy. It was surreal because I was like, I'm sitting back here listening to this music. I'd never heard nothing like this in hip hop in my life.
What?
It was just that feeling, that soul food, that spirit, that spirituality they was bringing.
Facts.
I never really heard that in not like that in hip hop. And then I was just sitting back. I can still remember just being in the basement, being on the steps, being in Rico Mama house, like, man, I can't even believe this going on. That shit was crazy.
Being able to see that with your own eye, and then you look at the trajectory of that movement. Did you know that it was going to be crazy as hell at that point?
I knew something was about to happen. I didn't know how far, but I knew something was happening. I mean, because obviously Outkast had jumped off strong before that, but by this time I was just like, man, like I just put on my seatbelt.
Yeah.
At that point, like for real, I couldn't even talk. It was no words for that.
Yeah.
Because I never felt like give me goosebumps. I never felt I keep seeing the sun behind me or something. It's some other stuff. So they did their thing. We went on, and it's crazy. We went on tour. I remember when they started getting their publishing check money from the Outkast album. And all that, they was ready to like move into all kinds of houses and all that. I mean, but it's just like what a lot of us do when we come across stuff like that. You think your life gonna change that quick, but it just didn't. And I remember CeeLo used to be like, man, I don't want to do therapy no more. I'm tired of doing that bullshit. But this your hit song, so it's the growing pains of what artists experience when they first really get that hit. Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna even go into Unc when he got Walk It Out here. It's just like that shit changes everything, regardless of you like it or not.